Yeah.
I was seeing your story, Gori driving an autorickshaw.
Yeah.
Gori in tuk-tuk.
Oh, it's a lot of fun, yeah. When
Nice.
you're driving in an autorickshaw, you will get a lot of attention. The trip that I drove in an autorickshaw from Ladakh to Jaisalmer. The first few days we just sticked around in the Himalayas.
In Himalayas, we believe that Lord Shiva resides there.
It was really nice. It feels like a very special place, yeah. And to be honest, I'm
What got you to Varanasi?
Vishnu and Shiva. This place, it's just magical. I can walk around there, I think, for 3 months and not be bored. Especially early in the morning. A lot of people that will wash themselves in the river or do like rituals next to the river.
You went to the Manikarnika Ghat? You scared about India?
An entire different side of India. And this is why
When did you visit Pakistan?
I got a call from the hotel. They're like, can you come here now? This police officer with like a big gun. I carry a knife.
I also see you visiting, I think it was a illegal gun factory.
It was crazy. I also shot with AK-47. It's a factory where they make the guns, but they're also testing the guns. So every time you hear like bang, bang, bang. The price of an AK-47 is only
Sell it in the Pakistan, but outside Pakistan as well.
Pakistan government, they just allow it. Northeast is amazing.
Scared seeing those heads.
Crazy to think these people actually kill people.
What else you liked about Northeast?
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
If there's one place, hidden gem of the world,
Country that surprised me the most is Iran.
best travel country. It was a challenging situation for you in Oman. दोस्तों, हम अपने देश में कहते हैं ना, अतिथि देवो भव. जो मेहमान है वो भगवान है. आज के इस पूरे पॉडकास्ट में आप उसको महसूस कर पाएंगे. इस पॉडकास्ट का इंटेंशन बहुत सिंपल है. हमारे देश के बारे में अक्सर नेगेटिव न्यूज़ फैलाई जाती है. बुरी चीज़ें हर देश में होती. हमारा इंटेंट है कि हम अपने देश की पॉजिटिव साइड आपको दिखा सकें. एक फीमेल सोलो ट्रैवलर जो कि नीदरलैंड से है, वो भारत में बार बार आती है और कहती है कि मुझे भारत बहुत सेफ लगता है एज अ वुमन. ये भी इंडिया की साइड है जो कि पूरी दुनिया को जाननी चाहिए. दिस आवर फर्स्ट एवर इंग्लिश पॉडकास्ट presenting Meike Hijman. As I said, she's a female solo traveler from the Netherlands, and currently she's riding across the villages of Punjab. In this episode, she shares her travel stories from the Middle East, Iran, Oman, Saudi, Pakistan. I was shocked to know that she visited an illegal gun factory in Pakistan. Meike says that the Pakistan police is better than the CIA because wherever she traveled in Pakistan, the police knew who she was. There's this side of Pakistan that most people don't know. She shares her experience of being in India. She went to Northeast, Hornbill Festival, how the Northeast people were so welcoming to her. She drove a tuk-tuk. She drove an autorickshaw from Ladakh to Jaisalmer. What brings her back to Varanasi again and again? What's the reason behind these odd choices? She stays in a $2 room in Bangladesh. There's so many beautiful stories coming your way. This episode is not only for all the travelers, but I would say that this episode is for each and every Indian who should know the beauty of this great nation. Before we get into the podcast, I want you to see Meike's one of the videos in the villages of Haryana.
Do you speak English? Do you speak English?
ये है हमारा हरियाणा.
Hello, do you speak English?
Yes, yes.
You speak English?
Yes.
So I am driving motorbike and I'm now looking for a place where I can pitch up my tent for camping. I was
टेंट गार्डन खातर जिग चाहिए.
Yeah, I'm looking for a safe place. So I thought maybe I can put my tent in your garden.
बिल्कुल नुका था घर में सेफ प्लेस है के रुकन खातर. Alone?
No, only me. One person.
Okay.
Is it okay?
हाँ, okay.
Wow, thank you so much.
This is Meike Hijman on Supertalks. Also, I would like to thank you for being a part of the journey, because Supertalk is not just a podcast channel. We've been running an NGO for over 200 underprivileged children in Delhi for the last 9 years. So when you're consuming Supertalks, both of us together are bringing a real change in our society. So thank you for that and enjoy the podcast.
Yeah.
I was seeing your story, Gori driving an autorickshaw,
Yeah.
Gori in TUK-TUK, people saying you hi. So what's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah, I was just driving.
Okay.
When I was driving in India, so many people, they have never seen a foreigner driving in a
tuk-tuk.
rickshaw. Yeah. So like on the highway, they will often like ask you, oh, can you stop please?
Yeah.
Can we make a photo?
Okay.
Sometimes I stop, but if I have to stop every time, then it will take me, I think, 5 years to reach my destination. So yeah, sometimes I just wave and
Right.
you're like, where are you from?
Netherlands.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun. Yeah. When you're
Nice.
driving in an autorickshaw, you will get a lot of attention. Yeah.
What got you to Pakistan? You want to maybe explore the city?
No, actually, I came there for the mountains. Because, I heard Pakistan has some great mountains.
Mhm.
And also, I was just curious about the people. And my country gives negative travel advice for Pakistan.
Okay.
And I don't know, but when my country says don't go there, I like to go there. I guess I'm a bit of a rebel. But yeah, I really enjoyed Pakistan. I also did hitchhiking there most of the time. Sometimes I rented a motorbike, mostly hitchhiking.
Okay.
And it's great. And also the cities, it's busy, it's crowded, but it's very different than my country. So that's why I like it, I guess.
I think somewhere said that the police in Pakistan is better than CIA.
Yeah.
Really?
It's for real.
Okay.
Yeah. So in some parts of Pakistan, there is some police escort.
Okay.
And
Where exactly?
So I didn't go to the south of Pakistan. I just stayed in the north. But the part that borders with Afghanistan, that's, I guess, maybe a sensitive area. So there's a lot of police escorts. And when I was hitchhiking there, every time when I got out of the car, I would walk around in the city. And then within maybe 30 seconds, there would be a police officer who knew my name, who knew where I came from, who knew where I was going. So it was crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I think the police officer, they are in touch with each other. Like they will call, like, oh, there's a foreigner now going in a car to your city. So when you see a foreigner, it's this woman.
Okay.
But I was kind of surprised how...
How did they know your name and everything?
Yeah.
Even if you were moving to a new place, they knew who you were.
Yeah. And I also met this guy from, where was he from? From Sweden. And I was traveling together with him for like a week. And he told me, I was sitting in a bus. And then someone sat next to me and he was like, I'm a police officer. And the Swedish guy was like, okay, whatever. It's like, you're from Sweden, right? And so this police officer also knew where he was from and what his name was. So you cannot do anything secretly in Pakistan. Everybody know who you are.
So they're keeping a track on everybody, that means. Anybody who's,
Yeah, well, at least tourists. I think for local people, they don't really do that.
In Peshawar, you got an escort and you didn't want him.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. So the first day when I think I arrived in the night.
Okay.
And I heard that sometimes they assign an escort to tourists. But in the night, some police came to me. I was like, no, I don't need it. I can find my hotel by myself. So I went there. The next day I got out and my hotel, the hotel where I stayed, they advised me like, you better dress locally because then the police, they don't see you.
Okay.
But I was like, look at me, I'm kind of tall. Even if I dress up, they will know I'm a tourist. So I was like, I'm not going to do that because I didn't have any local outfits yet. But then after a few hours, I got a call from the hotel. They're like, can you come here now? I was like, okay. So I went back to the hotel and there was this police officer with like a big gun sitting there. It's like, from now on, I will be your escort. And I really liked Peshawar, but when I went out with the escort, nobody talked to me anymore. So I guess they don't really like their police. Yeah. So I wanted
So you were at Peshawar, and then you were visiting the local markets, and the escort was with you.
Yeah, like
Okay.
within 1 meter
Okay.
distance.
Yeah.
He would
How are
not-
you feeling?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I
Yeah.
just wanted to talk to local people, but with his police escort, I mean, he was a nice guy, but I just like to roam around by myself.
Okay.
So I tried to explain this to him.
So
Like,
what was your escape plan then?
Yeah, so first I thought I can just ask him, like, can you please go? I'm fine. Nothing is going to happen. And if something happens, it's my responsibility. But he was like, no, it's orders from my boss. Yeah, so fair enough. But then someone advised me to like make some kind of contract where I would make a statement. If something happens to me, it's my responsibility. So I wrote this note down.
Okay.
I signed it and I gave it to him. And he's like, no. But then I talked for another hour. I was like, please. So then...
What was he saying? What did he tell you?
Yeah, just his orders from his boss.
That's it?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
There was no way to change his mind. But then, after a while, he was like, okay, tonight I will discuss it with my boss.
Okay.
And then I met another tourist in the same hotel who didn't get any police escort. So I guess it's also because I'm a woman. For men, they care less, I think. And this other tourist also tried to talk him out of it. Like, oh, just let her go. I can go together with her.
Yeah.
So, and then that evening, the police escort, he came to me. He's like, okay, tonight you can go out for dinner without me. I was like, yes. And the next day, I just woke up really early and left the hotel before there was any police escort. And I did dress up locally.
Okay.
And I could just go by myself.
Why do you think that police wanted me to be with you?
Yeah, I think it's a safety issue because in Peshawar, I think in the past, there were some terrorist attacks, I think. I'm actually not too sure.
Okay.
And also it's very close to Afghanistan, to the border. So it's a safety issue.
Okay.
I feel like as long as you stay in the city center, there it's fine. It's safe enough.
I also see you visiting, I think it was a illegal gun factory. What was that?
Yeah.
It was something shady.
It's a bit shady,
Yeah. What was that?
It was
when
also
did it happen?
in Peshawar.
Peshawar.
The day after.
Everything like that happens in Peshawar.
All the crazy stuff happens in Peshawar. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I had heard about this illegal gun factory, but I hadn't paid too much attention to it.
And you heard it by your friends?
No, just in the streets.
In the streets, okay.
Yeah. And then I was drinking a smoothie and some local guy came to me. He's like, yeah, do you want to visit the gun factory? I was like, okay, sure. So we took a taxi to the gun factory, which is a bit out of the city center.
Okay.
And it was crazy. Like it's a factory where they make the guns, but they're also testing the guns. So every time you hear like bang, bang, bang. I also shot with AK-47.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was fun. And so I learned they also export a lot of these guns. They're not all for Pakistan.
Okay. What else did they tell you about the gun factory?
So they were kind of cheap, the guns. I think, if I remember correctly, the price of an AK-47 is only $300.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the people that worked there, they actually seemed kind of happy. It's
just a normal job.
Yeah, and it didn't feel scary to walk around there. Yeah, well, okay, it was maybe a bit sketchy, but because all the people there were so friendly. And also they were all okay with taking photos and videos.
Yeah, you made some videos as well.
Yeah, it kind of surprised me because I was like, it's illegal, right? So why can we make videos? But I guess the Pakistan government is kind of aware of it, but they just allow it. It was an interesting place to visit.
Yeah. How big was the factory?
It was big, and there's like multiple factories in the same street.
Okay. All were the gun factories?
All gun factories.
Okay.
Yeah, I think owned by the same owner.
Okay.
So we got a tour around. I was then together with a guy from England. So we got a gun tour together. Yeah, and they just showed us how they make the guns from scratch, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, so they make all the parts there and they put it together and then they sell it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do they sell just in the, as you said, they all just don't sell it in the Pakistan, but outside Pakistan as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised.
So did they
because-
tell you this?
Yeah, they told me this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where exactly outside Pakistan?
Oh, like anywhere. But I think it's more in the underground scene because I think it's not legal to sell,
Obviously, yeah.
to sell guns from an illegal
Yeah,
gun factory.
Of course, yeah.
But they also sell to Europe as well. Yeah.
Oh.
Um, Yeah, and it's funny because on the guns that are made there, they put like a stamp made in Germany or made in Russia. Yeah.
Made in Russia.
Yeah.
What else? Was there anything other than gun
In
in the factory? Other than gun, maybe a grenade or something?
no, just guns.
Oh, wow. I thought you must have tried something else as well.
No, just guns.
For your welcome?
Yeah. Yeah, I did try another gun, not only AK-47, but also some kind of sniper, I think.
Oh. So you tried it by yourself?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
How it didn't backfire?
Not too much. I shot with an AK-47 before in Kyrgyzstan.
Okay.
So I knew how it felt.
Okay.
Yeah, and they even gave me like a safety headphone
All
to
right.
protect my ears.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. What else did you feel was something different in Pakistan?
Every day was interesting, to be honest.
I think you make your days interesting.
Yeah.
If somebody say there's something serious, you shouldn't go, and you'll say, no, let it be. I will go.
Yeah. I don't know why, but everywhere I go, something interesting will happen.
Happened, okay?
Yeah, what I think is interesting about Pakistan as well is in the cities, it's a bit more modern, but in the countryside, it can be very conservative.
Mm-hmm.
So one time I was on a motorbike in some village area.
Mm-hmm.
And I think these people, they had never seen a foreigner,
Oh.
a female foreigner on a motorbike before. So the entire village, they came out just to look at me. And then one guy, he was, I think, head of the school in the village. He invited me to his house to have dinner. And so I accepted it. And then I camped somewhere down at the village next to the river. And then later that evening, he came to my tent. He was like, yeah, my wife is really upset with me because I invited you. I was like, oh, sorry. But then the next morning, he invited me for breakfast again.
Okay.
I was like, is your wife okay with this? He's like, no, I will talk to her. So yeah, I feel like in the city, people would not really make a problem out of this. But in the countryside, it's...
Where else did you go in Pakistan?
Yeah, I went to Skardu, Hunza, Lahore, and Islamabad. And so in all the other parts, there's no police escort, but only on the Afghanistan side.
Okay.
Yeah. And I also went to Kailash Valley, which is a very interesting place in Pakistan because there lives this community. I think there's only 4,000 of them left. And they have their own language, their own culture. And they even look different than other Pakistani people.
Okay.
I think they're, it has something to do with Alexander the Great. They're like, I don't know the entire story. I don't know how to say it in English.
Okay.
But it was very interesting to get to know about this culture as well.
Okay. So were they Muslims?
No, they're not Muslims. No, they have their own Kailash beliefs.
Oh.
Yeah, they're named Kailash.
Oh. So is it a different religion altogether?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a very interesting place.
I think you clicked some pictures as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the picture, maybe you've seen it, of the women, the woman in the lights.
I can.
Yeah, it's the first picture on my profile, I think.
Yeah, I think it's printed as well. This one, I guess. This one?
Yeah, she's Kailash. So they wear this
That's it outfit.
traditional clothing, yeah.
Okay. Who's this lady?
Yeah, I just met her in the village there.
Okay.
And I thought she looked so beautiful.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, can I please click a photo of you? She was like, yeah, sure.
Did you have any conversation with her?
She didn't really speak English,
Okay.
but one of her family members did. So I spoke to him. He's also a tour guide in Kailash.
Okay.
So he could explain a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of Kailash people, they have very light eyes. Same as this woman.
And what's there on the head?
Yeah, it's a traditional hat.
Oh, traditional hat.
All the ladies, they wear traditional outfits in Kailash Valley. Most of them, they wear very colorful
Right.
dresses.
Right. You went for Hornbill Festival.
Yeah. So
how was it?
Hornbill Festival was amazing.
Okay.
Because I think one of my friends from the Netherlands, he told me like, oh, if you go there, you should visit the Hornbill Festival. And I had never heard of it. So I looked it up. It's like, oh, looks interesting with the tribes. And I like that kind of cultural stuff. So I crossed the border from Bangladesh to northeast. And then in Guwahati in Assam, I rented a motorbike.
So first you were in Pakistan. From Pakistan, you went to?
Oh, yeah. So I wanted to cross the land border to India, but it was already closed by then.
Okay.
So I flew to Oman.
You flew to Oman after Pakistan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's no direct flights.
Okay.
So I was like, well, if I'm in Oman.
How was Oman? Then we'll come to Nagaland.
Yeah. Oman is great. I started in the south in Salalah. And then I hitchhiked all the way to the north.
Okay.
To Emirates. Oman is really nice. It's good for wild camping. You're allowed to camp everywhere.
You don't need to ask anybody?
You don't need to ask anybody, no. And it's a very empty country. So a lot of empty beaches. Even there was like a small city. I just pitched up my tent at a playground for kids and nobody cared. So yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
Omani people are very welcoming. And it's easy to hitchhike there, as a woman at least.
But I think there was a challenging situation for you in Oman. Is it? What happened?
Well, so this happened actually 2 times with 2 different persons. They were not originally from Oman, but I don't know where they're from, but they lived in Oman. I was hitchhiking and I was picked up by this guy. And he was like, yeah, I will drive you to the next village. And so from this village to the other village, it was like 1 hour. And in between, there was only desert. And then after 5 minutes, he was like, yeah, now can you kiss me? And to be honest, I don't get scared that quickly. So I wasn't scared.
Okay.
I was more like, you're making a joke out of yourself. So I told him, no, I'm not going to do that. And usually I would get out of the car, but we were in the desert and I didn't have that much water, just like 1 liter. And there were no cars at all. So I was like, if I get out now, then maybe I will be dehydrated
bad decision,
stuck in the desert.
Then?
So I just told him like, don't ask me these kind of questions. He was kind of like, And okay, so he continued driving. And in the next village, I was like, now you can stop the car and I will get out of the car. And I told him it's really inappropriate to ask these kind of things. I think he didn't care too much about my opinion, but so there was, I mean, it's not nice that it happens. But
of course.
For me, as long as you don't touch me, then it's not too bad for me.
Okay. So what was the second one? Was it around the same thing?
Yeah, it was kind of a similar situation.
Okay.
It was in the north of Oman and I was picked up by a guy again. And also he started asking really inappropriate questions. Like about sexual stuff. So I told him, don't talk about this topic, please. I don't feel comfortable. And then he continued again and again and again. Yeah. And again, it was kind of a remote area.
And you couldn't get down?
Yeah.
And
so
then you had to sit in the car?
Yeah. So again, I waited until I was at a place where I could at least get some water. Okay. And then I got out. And I can imagine if this happens to some other people, they would maybe stop hitchhiking because it doesn't feel safe.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't like to stop just because of 1 or 2 bad situations. Okay. Because like 99% of the time, it goes well and stuff like this doesn't happen.
It just happened in Oman or any other place as well?
It happened one time also in Pakistan. In India, I didn't hitchhike too much, only 3 times, so it didn't happen in India.
What happened in Pakistan?
Something similar. I was in the back of a pickup truck and this guy wanted to make a selfie with me. I was like, okay, sure. And then he started touching my leg. I was like, you can take a selfie, but you cannot touch me. And then he stopped. So it's good to be clear. Like if someone does something you don't like, just tell them. You can even shout if you have to. But did you shout any time on anybody? Did like that happen? I didn't have to.
Okay.
No, not yet. But if I have to, I will do it. Yeah. But I feel like if you're very clear at the beginning, sometimes they're almost a bit
But
scared.
as a girl, how do you look at it? So because many girls will be watching this video,
Yeah.
and they would be, because I see that solo traveling is becoming a thing now.
Yeah.
And especially girls, they also want to get out. They'll maybe see you as an inspiration. So when they hear stories like that, so they would even think again about hitchhiking.
Yeah.
So when, what do you do if something extreme happens? If somebody maybe touches you in the middle of a desert, how do you manage that? What do you do?
Yeah. So
You know karate?
no, I don't, but I do carry a knife always with me.
Okay,
And sometimes I tell them like I carry a knife. I mean,
Okay.
a girl needs to protect herself, right? Yeah, but if something like that happens, yeah, well, fortunately, like nothing, it never escalated with me. But even asking me to kiss is inappropriate. I mean, I just know you for 5 minutes. You're giving me a ride. So why do you think I want to kiss you? That's just stupid. So the only thing I can say is just be very clear and don't be afraid to raise your voice to tell them to stop. Because 99% of the time, that's enough to make them stop. But what I think is because they don't meet a lot of women that are free like this, maybe, or how to put it in words. No, maybe I should say they think a lot of Western women are very open-minded and they don't mind talking about sexual stuff or about, that kind of
it's easy
topics.
for them.
Yeah, so I feel like that's the reason why they talk to me about that stuff or ask me that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So then I'll just try to explain to them, like, even if I'm a Western woman, and I do talk about this topic easily, yeah, but not with you. I do that with friends or people I know,
Yeah.
people that I feel comfortable with, not with a stranger.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What's the baddest thing that anybody can do to a foreigner, and what's the best thing that anybody can do to a foreigner?
The worst thing is, yeah, to just making someone uncomfortable. That's already in any kind of way.
Okay.
And I mean, it's different for every person what feels uncomfortable, of course. Yeah, because I feel like for me, maybe, a lot of stuff is needed to make me uncomfortable because I really don't care that much about things. But yeah, the best thing, what I really enjoy is when I'm hitchhiking or just somewhere in a village and people invite me into their homes. That's just so nice because they will give you an experience that a hotel will never give you. It's really a good way to learn a language, or sorry, not to learn a language, to learn a culture. Yeah, and so that's happened a lot in Nagaland as well, actually. Because I rented a motorbike in Northeast and I carry my tent and my sleeping bag with me because I like to stay out of cities sometimes. I like to stay in villages or just nature. But in Northeast, there's not too many hotels in the countryside. So I was like, well, I will just ask families if I can pitch up my tent next to their house. And actually all the time they were like, no camping. You come in our house. And they would feed me food, like dinner and even breakfast. Sometimes they even gave me a spare room. So yeah, that's also India. Yeah. Northeast is amazing. Yeah. Yeah. And the Hornbill Festival, which I attended, was also...
How was it?
It was a very interesting experience.
What is it? So for the first time, who's knowing about Hornbill, how would you describe this festival? What happens?
Yeah, so it's a festival in Nagaland near Kohima, which I think is the capital of Nagaland. And this festival, it's every year. And so it's about the tribes in Nagaland. They come together and they will show about their culture, about their habits. And I think there's 15 tribes that attend the festival. And every morning in the big arena, they will have like opening ceremony. So it's all about culture. They show their foods, their dances, their dresses.
Did you get scared seeing those heads?
The headhunters.
Yeah, headhunters. How was that?
Yeah, that's interesting. Because, of course, nowadays they don't practice headhunting anymore, but there are still some headhunters alive. I think the original headhunters, they were not at the Hornbill Festival, but I met some of them in Longwa in Nagaland. I mean, it's crazy to think these people actually killed people, right? But it didn't scare me because nowadays they don't practice this anymore. But it's an interesting part of the history.
Why do they do that? Did anybody tell you the history?
Yeah. I think. Oh yeah, I did know it, but I think it's just to show them. Well, they killed the enemies.
Okay. Maybe to show them that they are maybe stronger.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's interesting. But not all the tribes in Nagaland, they did headhunting. I think only a few.
But you were not able to eat properly in Nagaland.
No. Yeah, so I'm a vegetarian.
Okay.
I've been vegetarian for 10 years. And before I went to Northeast, I didn't know too much about it. So I was surprised by a few things. Like their diet.
Okay. What's the diet? I don't know.
They love their meat. They eat a lot of meat.
Okay.
So they also eat dog meat in Nagaland at least. So for me as a vegetarian, it was sometimes kind of hard to find food. But the good thing is when you stay at their houses, they can always prepare something. Yeah, of course. But there was sometimes a bit of a miscommunication because I also don't eat fish. But in Northeast, if you're a vegetarian, you do eat fish. So I was served fish a few times.
Okay. So you were able to make it's a fish.
Sorry?
You were able to make it that it was a fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like I saw like the heads of the fish in my dish.
Okay. Did you try any local Nagaland food?
Yeah.
What was that? What is it called?
Oh, yeah. It's one thing I ate a few times. I forgot the name, but it's kind of like, it looks like a potato.
Okay.
And they mash it.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know the name. But yeah, it was interesting. In Nagaland, they eat a lot of local food. They don't import too much. So they mostly eat what grows in their land. Okay. So it's very organic. A lot of rice. They love their rice. Rice. Maybe even more than mainland India. They eat so much rice. Yeah. And a lot of black tea. Very strong black tea. Right. So you traveled by road to Nagaland? Yeah. Okay. On the motorbike. Which was very challenging because there are some constructions going on. They're trying to make the roads better. And in some parts, it's already finished. But some parts, they're still working on it. So when it rains, it becomes very muddy. And I don't have that much motorbike experience. I just got my license before this trip. So I don't really know how to ride on mud. So it was so slippery. I almost crashed a few times. Oh, really? I hope you're safe. Yeah, I only crashed once. Okay. Well, I didn't even crash that much. I could still
you were able to balance
bike.
It.
Yeah. But it was slippery.
So I told you that. How did I discover you? Did I tell you that?
It was via the video, right? The hotel video.
Yeah. And it was so much fun to watch because I told you that so there was this room. So how expensive the room was?
It was $2.
$2. So it was so much fun to see that you could have done anything else as well. But the choices that you make, that was so interesting for me. And I wanted to know that what makes you go to a $2 room and enjoy the trip?
Yeah. Well,
it was in Bangladesh?
It was in Bangladesh. I was in a city and I read something about a small village that was 1 hour away from the city. And I like to explore villages as well because it's just different. So I went there by a local bus and on Google Maps, I saw there was 3 hotels. And I came there, I was like, oh, where's the hotel? And people were like, no hotel. And yeah, I mean, Bangladesh feels safe, but I didn't feel very comfortable to go camping there. So I was kind of asking around, is there maybe someone's house where I can sleep, or is there another solution? And then there was this one guy named Al-Amin was his name. And he was like, yeah, I know a local hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, sure, show me the local hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So I followed him and he brought me to this place. I was like, oh, this is very local, yeah. But yeah, so it was a very small room, and yeah, the walls, they were just very dirty, and also the blankets had like weird stains.
Yeah.
And there were empty bottles that I don't know what they were used for, but maybe to pee in. It was all very dirty. So the choice was to stay in this hotel or to go back to the city. But I wanted to be in this village longer. And I was like, yeah, if I have to go by bus all the time, I don't like that. So I thought I would just stay here in this hotel for one night. And most of the time I would spend in the village anyways and not in my room. Yeah, so I was like, I will only spend the night here. So for me, it was not a big problem. But it is a mindset. I mean, if you expect a clean hotel with good service, then don't go there. But for me, it was part of the adventure. Yeah, and also the village, it felt safe. People were nice. So I was like, what's going to happen in this hotel, you know? It felt okay for me. So yeah, $2 room. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't sleep very good that night because it was hot and I was a bit scared of bed bugs. I did check the bed sheets. I don't really know what a bed bug looks like, so I don't know if I could recognize them. I did see a few like tiny insects. But I thought maybe they're just other insects and not bed bugs.
Whoa.
So it was a bit risky. I made sure my backpack didn't touch the bed, because then if there were bed bugs, at least my stuff maybe would be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it something that gives you thrill inside?
No, this kind of hotel not, I think. But the hitchhiking it does.
Okay.
Because then it gives me adrenaline. But this kind of hotel, it was just because I needed a place to sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't you think about maybe working somewhere, maybe earning more money, traveling to the world's best hotels, flying business class, first class?
Yeah, for me, that doesn't sound too exciting.
Okay.
Because I like the real experiences, the local life, meeting local people. Yeah, and I do like luxury. It can be nice sometimes. And yeah, when I've traveled to a lot of cheap hotels, sometimes I treat myself with a bit more nice hotel because I also like a good night of sleep. But all the memorable experiences were actually free experiences. So yeah, if I think about this trip, about the most exciting moments, they were all free. They didn't cost me any money. Sometimes I was suffering, but yeah. And when I think back about the nice hotels I booked, I'm like, yeah, of course I do remember it because it just happened, but it's not the most exciting thing for me. So yeah, I feel like budget traveling, it brings you to the most exciting places.
Your parents don't they don't get concerned about your safety or wherever you're traveling, whatever you're doing, don't they get worried about it?
Yeah, I think now they're used to it. But in the beginning, they were worried. Yeah.
Okay.
My first hitchhike trip was in Europe. I think I was 20 back then. I'm now 27. I made some kind of agreement that I would make a photo of the number plate of the cars that would take me.
Okay.
And then I would send it to them. So like in case something happens, they would know in which car I was.
Okay.
But now they let it be. They know I take my own responsibility. I say yes to a lot of things, but I'm not naive. I know what I'm doing. And they know if I really feel unsafe, then I will not do it. So they trust me with the choices that I make. And I text them a lot.
You text them a lot?
I think that helps.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm in touch with them every day.
I'm going for a podcast?
Yeah, I told them, they're like, oh, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, I can imagine as a parent. I'm not a parent, but I can imagine if I had children and they went on crazy trips like this, I would be worried too.
Did you visit any temple in India?
Yeah, don't ask me the names of the temples, but I visited some Hindu temples. In India, I think I didn't visit any mosques yet. No, I think only Hindu temples and Buddhist temples maybe.
Okay. In Varanasi?
Yeah, the Hindu temples in Varanasi, but the Buddhist temples in Ladakh.
In Ladakh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and I visited a Sikh temple there.
Sikh temple
Yeah.
in Ladakh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you feel inside a temple, a Buddhist temple and a Gurudwara?
Yeah, for me, it's a bit a similar feeling because I don't believe in their religion. But for me, it's nice to see how the people that visit a place that believe in their religion, how they get strength out of it. Yeah, so that's nice for me to see.
Did anybody tell you anything about Hinduism?
Ooh, I actually learned some at school when I was young. We had this one class that had like a religion class, and they teach us about every religion.
Okay.
But it's been a long time, so don't question me too much. But yeah, I know about Vishnu and Shiva. Yeah, but it's been a long time.
Okay. What? So you call yourself an atheist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't believe in God?
I don't believe in God.
There's no God?
No,
Okay.
not for me.
Okay.
Yeah. You're Hindu?
I'm a Hindu, yeah.
Yeah. So how often do you visit temples? Or do you?
Maybe once or twice a week. Like that.
Yeah. And do you know how much % of India is Hindu?
About, I believe 70-80%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biggest part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the most beautiful part about, so I was just thinking about it lately. The most beautiful part about Hinduism is that we accept all religions and we accept, so if you read about the history, India has always been the country that has always given shelters to people from outside our country as well. And if you see that, so when we talk about being an environmentalist, you would, save trees. If somebody who is maybe working on saving water, that person would maybe save water, talk about saving rivers. So in Hinduism, you'll see, especially if you've been to Varanasi as well, people pray to God in the form of water. We call it like Mother Ganga, like that.
Yeah.
And also if we go to there's some trees, so people will also pray to trees as well. So I really like that there's a lot of, there's non-violence, that's number one.
Yeah.
And it's welcoming to all. It's not just about, this, you want to use, you maybe praying to a tree, you're praying to a river, you're praying to the existence of everything and you respect it.
Yeah.
And that's the most beautiful part of Hinduism. I think like that.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Yeah.
So to everybody who's watching you today, if they are planning a travel, maybe a budget travel trip, how should they travel?
Yeah. Okay. So to stick to a low budget, I would say always use public transfer because taxis are usually just very expensive. And public transfer, it's cheap and it's also nice because you get to meet local people. And what else? Eat local food. Sometimes I cheat a little bit because I'm craving some Western food, but usually I will eat at local places. It's way cheaper than Western food. And for me, a big part of my budget is hitchhiking, but I think it's not for everybody. But I mean, you could try it. It saves you a lot of money. And I think slow traveling can also make it cheaper because if you don't move every day from place to place, you have less costs on transportation. So slow traveling would be good.
Which is the low budget best travel country?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I think it also kind of depends if you're open for camping or not. Because if you're open to hitchhike and to do camping, then I would say maybe Oman is very cheap because hitchhiking is easy and you can camp anywhere there. Yeah, but also India and Pakistan are in general very cheap. Pakistan doesn't have a lot of hostels because there's not too much travelers there yet. So in terms of budget for hotel rooms, Pakistan can be a bit more expensive than India. And Bangladesh, it's very cheap to travel, but also challenging because there's not many tourists. So, so it can be challenging to find the right bus or to find a hotel room. So you will end up in $2 hotel rooms. Yeah. And actually one thing that I really like doing is couch surfing. Do you know it?
No, what is it?
Yeah, it's this app. You can create an account on it. And it's created to... so you can host people. So let's say you have a house and you create an account and then you can invite travelers to your place. And the idea is to let them stay for free. And then in return, when you are traveling, you can also do couch surfing. So then you stay at someone's place.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's, of course, it's not just about saving money, but also about, getting to know people that live in a certain area.
Yeah.
I did some couch surfing in Bangladesh, in India, in the Emirates. That's nice. Yeah.
Okay. So if somebody is looking for budget travel in 2026, they can go to Oman, they can go to India and Pakistan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there's one place you say that it's a hidden gem of the world, what would that be?
Hidden gem of the world. Ooh. Oh, that's a really difficult question. Maybe the country that surprised me the most is Iran. Yeah. So I was there 2 years ago and it has also a bit of everything, like mountains, beaches, super friendly people, maybe the nicest people of the planet. But I like every country where I come. I cannot choose.
What's special about Iran? It's interesting.
Yeah.
When did you go to Iran?
I was there 2 years ago, or maybe 3 years ago. Time flies. I think in 2023.
For 4 weeks?
For 3 weeks.
3 weeks. And what did you do and how was it?
Yeah. So the highlight for me was I took this tour to a nomad family. And it was just me, a guy from Croatia, and the tour guide from Iran. And they are in touch with nomad families. So they still live in the mountains with their goats, their horses, their sheep. And every spring and every autumn, they move from one mountain to the other mountain. So the animals, they have fresh grass, and when they move, they do everything by foot. So they walk from one place to the other place and it takes like 2 weeks. And so we joined them on this trip. So we walked every day and every day they put up their tent again. They put it down and every day the same. And I was really surprised like how much these people know about nature. They know where to find water, where to find food. They are so self-sufficient. And for me, if you put me somewhere in nature on a mountain, I would be dead within 5 days. But these people, they just live together with nature. And it was so beautiful to see because I feel like that's where our roots are. That's how we used to live back in the days. They're just very connected to nature.
What was different in them? Maybe something which is different in them than in people living in cities.
Yeah, they. I feel like they are more at peace with themselves and with each other. They don't use their phone too much. They do have a phone actually. Even nomads nowadays have a phone. But like in the evenings, they will gather around the fire and just chat with each other. And they seem very happy, like genuinely happy. They don't have too much stuff. Like they wear the same outfits week after week. But yeah, they seemed at peace and very happy with life. And not craving for more and more, like more stuff, more happiness. They're just who they are. And yeah, they were happy with it. So yeah, I think it's inspiring. I would really love to go back to them, to visit them again. Yeah.
Is happiness, I think happiness is in wanting less and being in the present.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
What's your most expensive purchase?
I think my camera.
How much was it for?
Ooh, I think the camera body alone was maybe 1,100 euros.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I had to buy a lens too, which was also expensive. I think another 500 euros. Yeah, but I use it a lot, so that's what I tell to myself.
Yeah.
It was worth to buy it. Yeah.
So now I have the last section where this is called the activity corner. I will say some Hindi words and you have to repeat after me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Get ready? So have you learned any Hindi word?
Oh, I know Aapka naam kya hai?
Uh-huh.
And I know Dhanyabad. And Mera naam hai Meike Ho. That's all. I don't even know if I pronounce it correctly.
Well, it's good. It's good. Okay. The first word is Jugaad.
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 Yeah. What does that mean? What do you think?
Oh my God.
Wild guess.
Jugaad. I have no idea. Something with religion because of God? Jugaad?
So Jugaad means, do you have any other way of doing this thing? It's like that.
Eh?
Eh? What is it?
Any way of what? Can you say it again?
So it is that, do you have any other way of doing something? For example, if I'm not able to light the candle,
yeah.
क्या कोई जुगाड़ है इसको चलाने का? Do you have any other way of lighting this candle?
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Uh-huh.
The next one is mehman.
Mehman.
What do you think it is?
Mehman. What could it be? Can you use it in a sentence?
Okay. आज हमारे घर मेहमान आए हैं. आज हमारे स्टूडियो में मेहमान आए हैं.
I am. Maybe it's filming, recording.
Mehman means guest.
Oh.
So we have a guest at our studios today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like
Mehman.
Mehman.
Mehman is guest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shanti.
Oh, I know this one. It is peace.
Whoa,
yes.
You know it.
Yes. Because, a lot of foreign tourists that come to India, they get like a Shanti tattoo.
Oh.
Because then, I don't know. I think a lot of people that go to Rishikesh for yoga or spiritual reasons, they get this Shanti tattoo. Yeah.
Why do you think people from the West, they love coming to Rishikesh? And I see everybody goes to Rishikesh. What is there in Rishikesh? I know for the cultural significance, but how does this drive people from the West to be in Rishikesh?
That's a good question. Yeah. I guess maybe they're just looking for a spiritual community. Yeah. And also I heard it's beautiful with mountains. But yeah, nowadays a lot of Western people, they are very much into yoga and they try to learn more about the spiritual side of it. So I guess maybe Rishikesh is the place to be for that kind of stuff because there's a lot of yoga.
After
things.
Rishikesh, which is the most visited place by any foreign tourist?
I think nowadays South India is getting more popular, like Kerala. Yeah, I think because it's a bit more laid back than Rajasthan. So it's more easily accessible for maybe non-experienced travelers, I would say. Because Rajasthan is great, but it can also be a bit much with all the people and all the traffic noises. And Kerala is a bit more relaxed. So yeah, I've heard a lot of people that go to Kerala nowadays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kerala. Okay.
Have you been, Kerala?
Yeah, I've been to Kerala. I've
Oh.
been to Munnar as well.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful beaches. And it's really nice.
Yeah.
The people are also very nice. in Kerala.
Yeah.
You've been to Kerala?
Yeah. With the rickshaw. I drove through it. Yeah. But I was surprised people don't speak Hindi in Kerala. I didn't know that.
So all
Yeah.
the different states, they have their own languages.
Yeah.
Like Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, like that.
Yeah. But I feel like in most states, the Hindi is kind of their second language. Or
Yeah, Hindi is spoken widely.
Yeah.
But like in some places, people have their own language as well. Do you know India has thousands of dialects as well?
Yeah. It's insane. Like,
Yeah.
if you ever want to learn the language of India, it's not possible.
So since how long have you started traveling? How did it all start?
Yeah, so my first big trip was when I was 18.
Okay.
Then I went to Thailand with
You went to Thailand with your friends?
3 friends.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was the 4 of us. And I think we went there for like 4 weeks.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was not a very adventurous trip, but it was nice. It was like a first get to know Asia.
Mhm.
So after this trip, I think it just started for me. And then in between my studies, I took a gap year.
Okay.
And then I went, first I worked for a few months to save up some money.
Mhm.
And then I went away for 5 months
Mhm.
with a friend of mine. We traveled together also to Asia.
Mhm.
Actually, that time I also wanted to go to India, but my friend, she was too scared. Because
You were scared about India?
too scared about India.
Okay.
Because, in the Netherlands, people will tell, oh, it's dangerous for women in India. Don't go there. I was like, well, I think it's not true, but my friend was too scared. And
Okay.
I mean, you both have to enjoy the trip. So I was like, I will go another time.
What surprised you the most in India? About India, perhaps?
Well, for me, it's actually maybe the safety, because people will tell you, don't go there as a female traveler by yourself. But for me, I've been here a lot by myself and nothing bad has happened.
Mhm.
Like every time when I was in a situation where I was like, oh, I need some help, there was always somebody to help me.
Okay.
For instance, with the Autorickshaw that broke down, if we didn't drive for 1 minute, there would be people coming to us like, oh, do you need any help? What's going on?
Hmm.
So yeah, I guess the welcoming people have surprised me the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'll share a couple of pictures that you clicked,
Oh.
and I want you to tell me the story behind.
Uh-huh.
All right. So this picture is this one. Where are you?
Yes. It
What's happening?
is in Varanasi,
Okay.
which is like paradise for people that like to make photos,
Mm-hmm.
because so much is going on in Varanasi.
Mm-hmm.
You call it Benares, no?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so actually I've been there 2 times.
Varanasi.
Yeah.
And what got you to Varanasi? Why
Um,
Varanasi?
Yeah, I guess because it's so different than what I know from home. It's a very spiritual place. I mean, a lot of Indian people go there because of the river, the Ganga River. And as I told before, I'm not a very spiritual person, but I really like to observe the people that come there for spiritual reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this place, it's just magical. I can walk around there, I think, for 3 months and not be bored. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's just a very fascinating place
Mm-hmm.
because it has everything that I don't have at home.
Mm-hmm.
And also, all the people, they wear such colorful dresses, saris. So it's good for making street photos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very nice place.
Is
Have you
it?
been there? Or?
I've been to, yeah.
Okay.
I have been to. So I also went to Kashi Vishwanath as well. There's this temple, quite famous temple in Varanasi.
Uh-huh.
So it's called as Lord Shiva, as it's an eternal abode. Varanasi is referred to as India's world's most ancient cities,
Mhm.
and not just for spiritual reasons, but also the architect and for the cultural significance that the place holds. What do you think is the most? What was your most beautiful part in Varanasi?
The most beautiful parts. Oh, yeah, I think...
Who's this auntie?
Oh, yeah, that's also in Varanasi. Yeah, she wanted to make a selfie with me. And I was like, okay, you can take selfie with me.
Well,
but
let me
then
take a photo. Okay.
But yeah, my favorite part in Varanasi is like all the ghats next to the river. Especially early in the morning when the city still sleeps a bit. And there's a lot of people that will wash themselves in the river or do like rituals next to the river.
Yeah.
It's nice to watch.
It's peaceful as well, I think.
Very peaceful.
Ghats are peaceful.
Yeah, and also, of course, the bodies that are cremated.
You went to the Manikarnika Ghat?
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, I was expecting to be more shocked, but because I mean I never see bodies burning, but it felt kind of peaceful actually. Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, death is just such a natural thing. I mean, we are all gonna die, and it's interesting for me how they just burn the bodies like in open space. Yeah, it's different, but it's beautiful, like a beautiful ritual. Yeah, it's very interesting to see, to experience. Yeah.
All right.
I didn't make too much photos of that, by the way, because I feel like it's not so respectful. I've seen some travel vloggers. They make like a lot of videos of the burning ceremonies. I feel like if somebody died, it's not so respectful to capture that too much.
Makes sense.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah, actually, I don't know how Indian people feel about that, but if there's travel vloggers filming that kind of stuff, do you have any idea?
No, I don't think so. It is disrespectful. Somebody is just tired.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Why would you make a video?
Yeah.
Why would you make a photo? I don't understand as well.
Yeah.
I think it's just that, so if somebody's coming to you for a selfie, you're living and it's a happy moment.
Yeah.
But somebody has just died.
Yeah.
And that makes...
Yeah, if I turn it around and people would come to a funeral where I am and they are going to start vlogging, that would be strange.
Yeah,
as well.
of course,
so then
of course.
Why is it okay here in India but not in your country back home?
Did you see that people vlogging that?
Yeah.
The travel vloggers?
Yeah, also maybe Indian travel vloggers,
Yeah.
but also foreign travel vloggers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
You felt bad about it?
Yeah.
Why you doing that?
Yeah, why you're doing that, indeed. Yeah, be a bit more respectful. You can film anything here. There's so much going on, but stay away from the dead people.
Yeah.
Give them some peace, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
So now I have a rapid fire. You have to choose between the two.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hitchhiking, paid transport.
Oh, hitchhiking.
Train, bus, tractor or rickshaw?
Oh, a rickshaw. It's so much fun. Yeah.
Mountains or beaches?
Mountains.
Hands or spoon? Eating food with hands? Spoon.
Yeah, I actually always carry a spoon with me because in some restaurants in out of the city, they don't have spoons. And I just cannot eat with my hands. I tried sometimes, but it gets so messy. Yeah, I should maybe practice more.
Chaos or silence?
What was the first?
Chaos. Chaotic.
Chaotic? What is it?
Chaotic is too crowded.
Okay,
noise.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah. Or silence.
Oh, I think if I have to choose, silence. But I really like the mix of the two. So I like to spend some time in chaos and sometimes in silence.
North or South India?
For me, North.
Iran, India.
Don't make me choose. But I think India, maybe.
Okay. India or Pakistan?
Oh, that's controversial. Oh, it depends what topic we are talking about.
You have one country to travel now in life and you can choose between the two, India or Pakistan.
India. Yeah, no, I cannot choose, but I really like both.
All right. So if there's one piece of advice you would want to give to all the travelers, what would it be?
My advice would be, don't think too much about it. Just do it. Yeah, the world has so much to offer. So don't be too scared. most people are good. Yeah, be adventurous. Say yes to everything. But don't be naive. Always think about what can happen. But don't let fear decide for you.
All right.
I would say that.
Anything for India?
What I would say to the people in India?
Yeah.
Oh, I am really happy to be in your country.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel so welcomed. And I just want to thank all the Indian people that have helped me on this journey. Because there's many people that helped me. I think more than 200 people that helped me out.
Wow.
Even sometimes only in a small way. But, you know, it doesn't always matter if it's big help or small help. Help is help. So I really appreciate all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
On behalf of the entire country, we welcome you home.
Yeah.
And whenever you're here with open arms, I believe that maybe you'll find 200 more people helping you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for
Pleasure
inviting
having
me. Yeah, thank you.
आज का पूरा शो देखने के लिए दिल से शुक्रिया. एपिसोड कैसा था मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बताइएगा. चैनल को सब्सक्राइब भी अवश्य करें क्योंकि सुपर टॉक्स एक मूवमेंट है जो हमारे देश का भविष्य उज्जवल बना रहा है. जय हिंद.